Internet. Soothing sounds. What's up, Internet? What's going on? It's Thursday. The 4-erd.
It's 1/4 of 2018.
Yes, 1/4. 1/4 of
1/4.
two.
Time flies.
100,018. Time flies. Sorry, the 4th day of the 280,000th year of the Pisces, I think.
Unicorn.
Right? Aquaman?
Unicorn.
Unicron? How do you say that?
Unicron.
How do you say that word? Unicron. Oh!
I did it! I've been waiting for that meow.
There it is. 105,000.
I just,
On the dot.
through my head, it went into Pee Wee Herman's. You know,
Yeah.
when someone says the word, like, ah!
Yeah, say the word of the day. The word of the day. He said it! Oh! Where's the chair? The couch flipping.
Because I had a false alarm about a minute ago.
Something's peeing back there.
Oh, it's that whole filter. Anyway.
Yeah, we're all good.
Yeah.
We're all good. There's a weird noise in the background, but we're all
We
good.
had a false alarm.
Look at that,
3 minutes ago.
105,000.
Yeah, it went to $9.99. I was like,
Oh. They
And
had
then
to
it
wait
just
for the
did it.
show to start. It
Yeah.
was waiting. It was anticipating.
that's in the record books forever. And it's your favorite number, the 1005.
Yeah.
We couldn't even have planned that.
No.
I've tried to plan that kind of stuff. It has never even remotely worked out ever.
It's never actually worked out.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
favorite number 5.
I have, starting out the Thursday show, I have no idea who was first to the chat today because I didn't start it up, so I wasn't keeping track of who it was. But luckily, Corey hit 105,000 subscribers today,
Booyah.
which is so maybe that's the consolation prize. I'm not sure who was first to the chat, but in my pop-out chat here, Frank Dominguez was first. I don't know who was first though. Maybe people can clue me in on what's going on.
I have Science Gal.
I had to open the chat here.
Yeah, I have Science Gal, but
have-
it looks like it's mid-conversation.
Science Gal. You have
Yeah.
Science Gal who did it. Yeah, but it was this looks mid-conversation on mine too. So
Yeah,
I'm
who
not
knows?
sure
Who
who
knows?
was first to the chat. But hello to Frank Dominguez, 54 Punchy, Carson Anderson, BC Fishroom, Magic 21 Mom. Flu shot today and carne asada tacos tonight. Not too bad. I'd skip the flu shot personally.
I feel like that balances out.
I'd skip the flu shot and just get a booster shot. Like, give me some vitamins, dog. You know what I
Word.
mean? That's how I talk to my doctor. I'm like, yo, what up, dog?
I can tell you get a lot of flu shots.
I need some vitamins, brah.
Because don't most people just like roll into a Rite Aid and be like, yeah, the $10 stab, let's do this.
Yeah, considering I don't know.
I don't get them either. I had to get them once.
Considering how many times I've looked at the statistics and like how well they work or whatever, and I'm just kind of like, I'll just save my $10.
I've only ever gotten one, and it was because it was required by
I think
my
they're like
employer.
20 now or something like that, right?
Which I tried to fight it, but it was required by my employer because I was in the healthcare industry. If
Yeah.
you're not in the healthcare industry, like I can't force my employees to get it.
Should be a good thing though, you know, right?
That
Technically,
I was forced to?
no, like
Oh.
them existing.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
I
if,
think it's a good thing.
if they guess the strain right, I'm just luckily
Yeah.
knock on wood.
It's
I'm a
just
guy
the
that
variation of the strain is like so crazy.
I get sick not very often, but when I do, I'm pretty sure the rest of the world gets sick because they have to hear about my moaning. Yeah. So they get sick of me.
Right.
That's why it happens so few times, is the world knows collectively, we let this guy get sick, and
I
we
see
all
what
have
you
to
mean.
suffer.
Yeah, I see what you
So,
mean.
yeah.
I normally just take some of that emergency and just go about my day.
I don't even know.
I like that emergency. It's good stuff.
See, that's how I get through life. I don't take any medicines like ever, so they're super potent. And then I also don't eat any vegetables or fruits. So that way, if I think I'm getting sick, I could take like one bite of an apple, and it's like a super cure. That's my logic.
I like how your reaction to me eating an apple the other day was like, "What are you doing?" Like, I'm eating
So
an
archaic.
apple. I'm eating an apple, bro.
You put it.
What are you, a caveman?
You're making me sound like I'm the weirdo, but he put the corn on the cob things on it and ate it like it was a corn on the cob. I'm the weirdo here? Yeah. No one eats an apple like that except for this guy.
That's
and
just
he
smart.
had all that stuff in his truck ready to go.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Come prepared, Boy Scout,
Yeah.
bruh. Hey,
And
man.
I'm the weird one. Yeah.
I think I was a Boy Scout for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We got kicked out. I say we because my whole group got kicked out.
yeah.
There were some shenanigans, we'll say. But Science Gals here. Charlie List, Sarah Konopko, Phil Emerson. Trying to give a shout out to some people here on a Thursday. You know, say hi to everybody out there. Wushu Jimmy Brown is here. Hermes Borgnino.
Oh, now I got to find it because now I'm intrigued.
It's an interesting name. Right on. Never read that one before. Good to see you. Chicken Joe's here. Morgan Newby. Steven Skaglin. Carson Anderson. Aquaman. Charlie List. What's up? VB23. Formerly known as Vibui. I believe. People changing their names. You know. That's all right. Sometimes you got to change it.
I thought of something rad, but I won't let you finish this. But remind me. Go,
Okay.
hey, what was that rad thing? And I'll bring it up.
Potatoes here. Mr. Glassboxes himself is also here. Goon Fuse, what's up? Michael Faulkner, how you doing? The Turtle Girl is here. Bracken, what's going on? Low-Tech Aquarium is here. Let's see. JC's Tanks, what's up? Daryl Dimer. Oh, fan favorite Daryl Dimer. Carl Snow, Lisa C. Huge J-Mac, what's up? Fishhead 2925, Sean Nebula, and a bunch of other people. If I forgot anybody, it's not on purpose. I didn't mean to do it. And,
No, they're included in everybody else.
Sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
What?
They're included in the everybody else. There's a bunch
Everybody
of
else,
people.
how you all doing?
Yeah.
Try to say hi to some people here in the first couple minutes, just to kind of warm up the show, let people show up. We don't want to be dropping.
these pipes
We don't want to
ready.
be dropping them knowledge bombs or cyclone
Yeah.
bombs or storm
Preemptive
bombs
knowledge
or
bombs are rough.
whatever they are, whatever them
Yeah.
bombs are. We don't want to be dropping them on your moms until later,
Cyclone, snowstorm, again.
right? The snowstorm, again.
Mm-hmm.
What's that cool thing you had? What was going on there?
So I saw
I gotta hear
Goon Fuse's name, right?
Mhm.
And it made me think about Real Fish Talk earlier today, how
Mm-hmm.
you played Text Muds, and I played some gaming that was not necessarily mainstream, like Legends of Kesmai. And I remember people put like the guilds and stuff like that in the brackets in their name.
Oh yeah,
Then I was thinking, what if we started like a little fish guild gang thing where it's like, you know, it's like, oh, there's Lumpy Dog, and then in brackets like RFT or FF for Fish Fam. Like, and we could start this like crazy weird movement that no one else will get until it's like so big.
it's pretty good. I like that.
We could
I could do that. I
it'd be a
don't know
little
if
bit
I
of
can do
pain
that
'cause
with my name though.
I can do it with mine. You just I have to reapply to get verified. So every
yeah.
time I change my name, they have to re-verify that I'm still the owner of Aquarium Co-op. Because they, you know, I mean,
.com/org/edu.
yeah. Otherwise, because what happens is, I could use that for evil. I could change my name to Corvus Oskin, and I'll have the check mark, and I'll be like,
Right.
this guy's not even verified.
This guy's not even verified.
It's not even
bro.
who he says he is.
This guy's not even verified.
Sorry.
Who is he?
That's
Huh?
why they have to re-verify every time, so you don't just
Right.
like troll other
Sneaky
people all the time.
mysteries.
Yeah.
I don't
We
even
could
know.
do that.
I
We
don't
could think of a cool, like 2 or 3 letters, and then we'll identify, and then we'll, you know, like we do FT for flu ball tripping.
Mhm.
You know, there's all kind. We'll think about it, but I just think I've never seen anyone else do that on YouTube, so it'd be kind of cool. Like, what?
It would be
what is
cool.
this?
We could. What's our guild though? RFT.
We gotta think about it, man. Because I'm confident we can come up with something cooler than right off the cuff here, like
All right.
FNU, Fish Nerds United, or something. You know, like we'll build a little guild website, and you know,
We could do that.
yeah, we
could
could
do that.
do raids too. We could raid like
Other people's
right.
live streams.
yes,
And just start talking about
yes,
tacos.
exactly that. We
Yeah.
raid other people's live streams where it's like, all right, So we know Bob Steenfot's got one coming up on Friday. We're going to need everyone to take the day off work. We're all going to show up, and then we're going to hand out points for participation.
Everyone has to take the...
And then we give out prizes.
Everyone has to take the day off from work in order to accomplish it?
Yeah, we're serious, man. This is not like if you're not going to be hardcore, you can go form your own guild.
You can't be on Wi-Fi. You can't be on cell phone signal. No. We need a hard line.
If you're not watching in at least 1080p, there's a problem here.
Right. Right.
Yeah. I think we could do some fun, really dumb stuff with this idea, and I'm excited.
Be good.
I'm excited because no one else is bringing that level of shenanery.
Shenaniganery.
Yeah. No one's bringing that level of that. And that, I love a good joke that people don't understand. That's my favorite part. I want someone to be like, why does everyone have the letter FF in their name? And then be like, oh, I'm the only guy that didn't know.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. Real Fish Gang.
Yeah, RFG.
RFG, Real Fish Gang.
Wait, we need to be like RPG, though. We can think of something.
RPG?
Yeah, that just sounds more like...
Well, that's a rocket-propelled grenade.
Or a role-playing game.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Might be more in line with the guild that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Or we can go with grenades. There's that, too.
I see where you're going here. Yeah, all right, man. Grenades, bro.
And then, we'll take this guild and we'll all play like... like Chutes and Ladders online or something.
Right, so when...
Minesweeper.
Okay, so let's say... well... So what do we do...
We can all play, Slither.io.
Because we're not malicious, right?
No.
No.
We're just like... I don't know. I haven't developed our guild creed yet, okay?
Right.
I don't have a code of ethics yet for the guild.
Okay, so we'll need a code of ethics written up.
We're going to have to do some...
in blood.
I mean, there's certain things that have to be done.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some things that we got to do. We got to, roll it up in some old parchment paper, put a wax seal on it.
Half of it has to be written in P, so that way it looks cool.
That's weird.
No, that's from, The Office. You write it in P, and then you, you hold it under the candle, and then it shows up? You could use lemon juice, too.
Secret ink. Yeah, lemon juice.
You could do that, but, I mean, I'm fresh out of lemon juice, not fresh out of P.
Yeah.
All
right. Well,
yeah.
Your urine threw it off, bro.
Sorry.
Blood is one thing.
You just got to come back with the... Too far.
Over the line. Over the line.
I never know on these streams where that line is. It's always, I think I'm safe, and then I realize, you're out of here!
I don't know. It just made me go what? Wait, what? What is happening?
You know you've gone too far when Joel is like, huh?
Huh?
Oh, now dang it, I lost everyone.
Whoa. That went. It's a little deep, bro. It's deep, bro.
All right.
Well, so let's check in with the chat here real quick. We have a couple of super chatters. Turns out the super chat button is not broken today.
It could be now.
It's probably broken again.
Yeah.
But it looks like it was working earlier. Michael Trevino with the $2 I freaking love plecos. Super chat. I can't answer that question because that sounds like an opinion.
Just send a tear down the face.
It's just a bold statement.
Just send one tear down.
Right. Ducky007 with the $2 super chat of Joel equals the best thing since sliced bread. I can't say you're wrong, because you're not.
I just feel like you'd have to be the best thing since cold brew coffee, bro. I feel like that's more in line with your...
I guess it is more in line.
Yeah.
I don't often slice bread, but I do drink a lot of coffee.
Are you just are you Chuck Norris? You karate chop bread? You don't slice it. You just you have a loaf. You're like, I need a sandwich. Yeah.
I just stare at it until it gives in.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris style.
See, I thought when you stared at it, that's what turned it into a grilled cheese. That's what browned it. And everything. You toast it by staring at it.
Right. That's how I make toast. Oh yeah. I don't do push-ups, man. I push the earth away.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
So, Jeffrey Jones. Hey, Corey, you're in trouble.
Yeah. You done. To the principal's office.
That's legit.
Oh.
Digging it. Okay. So if anybody noticed from the thumbnail, which is the little thing that you click on before you come to the show, there's a little pleco stimus in there.
Yes.
Plecostomus. And over here on the Earth planet, I say pleco. I say plecostomus. I know that there's a lot of people out there that say pleco for some reason.
But they're wrong.
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why that happens. But it's a thing, and it happens.
I let it slide when they're not from USA.
I normally just walk past it. Like, all right.
Do you have to stop and pause, or can you just keep walking? Or are you just like...
Sometimes I have to stop and slice. Sometimes I have to stop and slice bread, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Get got! Right? What are you doing?
Oh, man.
Right? So, from that, from the title and from the thumbnail, we're going to run into our talk here a little bit. As you guys know, we don't have any, we don't have a video segment while I'm up here at the coop, but we do have a lovely guest who helps us fill in the video segment with his knowledge, power, and tchotchkes and whatnot, right? That's the trade-off.
Shenaniganery.
The trade-off is, hey, man, I can't edit any video here.
You have been shooting video.
The trade-off is me and Corey. Corey and I. It's the two of us.
Which I realize
hosts.
I'm pretty played at this point, so I get that, like, at first you might have been like, that's cool, and now you feel like you're getting the short end of the stick.
Right.
I realize that. But yesterday, all he did was he filmed his own butt crack.
I pretty much filmed my own butt crack all day.
Yeah, because you were just working on, like, in a precarious place, and every time I walk by, I'm like, the camera's just pointed at your butt, man.
I gotta get those butt shots, you know what I'm saying?
So, just so you know, back when he's not done working here, you are in for a treat. Yeah, when he can render those out for you guys, time lapses of his butt. Ooh, look, it's, yep, lower and lower. Oh, it pulled it back up.
Pulling it back.
Yep.
Right. So. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about today was the tiny plecos, right? And one of the big reasons for that is that I'm up here working at Corey's place, and he's got a few of them in his fish room. He's got some really nice ones lurking in his little fish room, and I get a chance to, like, oh, hey, what are those little buddies doing? Mm-hmm. What are those little buddies doing? Right? And then I realize, wait a minute. I know that there's a lot of people. I know there's a lot of people out there confused about some of the. I wouldn't necessarily call them like nano plecos. What would you call them? Just like petite.
I would
the smaller versions.
Small. I call them small.
Just call them small. Yeah.
Or really, like when I'm at the store, I'm like, plecos that people can actually keep.
Right.
As opposed to like, what are you gonna do with that 9-foot monster?
Right.
I don't know. We'll worry about that in 6 months when it's a problem.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those things that I wanted to bring up because I don't think you don't sell common plecos at your store, do you?
No.
Right.
How dare you?
Because more often than not, most people's experience with a common pleco is that they got it when it was really small. They thought it was really cute.
Well, it was really cute.
Well, it was really cute. Yeah, for sure. And then it grows into a 2.5-foot
dinosaur that you get to ride
that they can't take care of anymore. And it's strange how they're just almost always in like the big box stores. Like if you go to the big box stores, they almost always have them for some reason.
It's because when they breed, they lay like 4,000 eggs at a time.
Right.
So it's just like I oopsed into an entire country worth of them.
Right. Well, they always have them when they're small, though. You know what I mean?
Right. I actually know a little bit of backstory about that. When it's not snowing in Florida, which apparently I read on the news it did yesterday or whatever.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey now.
Yeah. But when it's, because last time that happened, a bunch of fish farms got affected and it was horrible. Like a lot of stuff died because, they're kind of relying on that heat, right?
Yeah.
But the other thing of that was, so Walmart has contracts with wholesalers that basically say, like, we'll stab your family if you don't fulfill the numbers that you have to fulfill. Mm-hmm. And common plecostomus get sold in Walmart. Well, the way that a lot of those common plecostomus were getting harvested and raised, they would send people out and they would just go in the canals and stuff like that in Florida, and where all these giant common plecos just live because they got out, and they would just go pick up the giant egg masses and bring them back to the warehouse and hatch them out.
Oh.
But when it freezes, or at least when it snows and gets cold enough that all those, well, not all, but like, let's say 80% of the wild giant common plecostomus population
Right.
dies off, out in the canals and stuff, then you can't just walk out and be like, oh, let me just collect all these. And so then, I mean, that's why they were so cheap and everywhere. It's like, so wait, all I got to do is I got to pick up this thing like it's a baseball size of eggs, put it in an aquarium, let it hatch, change some water and feed them, and then someone's going to give me like $1 a piece?
Mm-hmm.
But there's like 4,000 of these things.
Right.
Yep. So then it became like unload as many as you can to as many places you can if the inventory is almost unlimited. So we might
Right.
be going into, you might see in like 6 months to a year, like, oh man, yeah, common plecos aren't everywhere at the moment because we got that reset again on nature.
Right. Okay. Okay. I
Yeah.
was actually always wondering, like, why are there so many?
Yeah, I didn't
Like,
know that
why
either.
are they selling these at stores? 'Cause every time I go in there, I'm like, why?
And it's just
It's
because
like
they're
every person I've ever known that's not every person that I've ever known in my entire life for my right.
Whether they
let
own an
me
aquarium or
backpedal
not.
little bit. Most people's experiences that I've seen over the years is that they get a common pleco, it gets too big, and now they have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like over and over again. It's like, oh, the same thing happened again? Okay. And I think the reason that most people buy the common plecos is because they're so cheap. You know what I mean? It's like you see them at the store, they're really cute, and they were $2. I think somebody posted here in the chat. Keel Quigley said, saw common plecos at PetSmart today for $1.
Right. And so I think you're onto that. But I think most people don't see plecostomus as a animal and a pet.
Mhm.
They see it as a cleaning supply.
Like a maid.
Well, like a cleaning supply. So maybe you walk into a store and you're just like, yeah, I need some floor cleaner. And then you're like, you're looking at the aisle and you're like, there's the cheap, like, let's say you don't need very much. You're just like, I just need some. And you're like, there's the cheapest one. You buy that one, right?
Right.
Kind of the same thing. You might be going, well, I only got like a 5 or a 10-gallon tank. You're like, oh, that one's $2.29, not on sale. Yeah, give me one of those. That'll be fine. And then no one stopped you.
Right.
And I think that's how it comes about. Is like, well, I got a little bit of allergy, so yeah, I'm willing to spend $2.
Right.
And especially at $1. And the problem with the dollar fish, and I was guilty of it, not with plecos, but anytime fish are $1 and I'm a hobbyist, somehow I need 20 times as many as I came in to buy.
Right. Well,
Like,
yeah.
oh yeah, I need like a trio of guppies. They're $1. How many are in that tank? I've got $47. Let's do
Right.
that.
Let's all have them
Yeah.
all.
I don't have to choose if I buy them all, right?
I will take them all, sir.
Yeah. And you see it a lot when you're like, well, give me like 10 of those common plecos. Hopefully they'll clean my turtle tank, and then they just get eaten by the turtle. But hey, it is what it is. So yeah, that's what I know about the common plecos, and I found it to be super fascinating when I learned about that. I was like, dang, because I learned about it when I was in Florida at the library convention, and they took us out collecting. And they're like, yeah, guys out here all the time. Like, you see that big pleco? Yeah, we don't have very many of them anymore because all the weather and all blah blah.
Right.
So
okay.
it's kind of just like, whoa, I didn't know that was a thing.
That's actually that's
Bizarre and cool.
I was like,
Yeah,
oh, that's where they're coming from.
because they burrow into the mud, right? So these giant
that's like
plecos go
that
in.
follows like right along the lines of what you and I were talking about. Like if somebody's going to be a fish breeder or something,
Yeah, you got
some
something's
part
gotta
of
be,
it
like,
has to be
or-
free.
Yeah,
Something in there.
I
has to be
maintain that
free.
you have to have some advantage.
Right.
And walking like, oh yeah, I got to drive 1 mile and then I could collect 40,000 pleco eggs. You're like, and that's the thing is, even
Well,
if
that's
you
why
didn't
it's like
want to raise them,
Well,
they're good
like you were
food.
talking about, like you just said, you have to have some kind of advantage, which is
Yeah.
a great way to put it. I always try to explain it to people like some part has to be free because then they're like, oh, so I need to quantify my advantage by making something free,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, okay.
But I mean,
But that's how they're doing
the other
it. is
advantage
they're just
have.
going out in the wild and like harvesting them because nobody.
Right. But
It's not
imagine
like-
you wanted to spawn like a pleco that was a hardcore meat eater.
Mm-hmm.
You could also just go grab these giant piles of eggs and like drop them into that tank, and then they would eat them, and that would be like super food
Right.
for those plecos.
Mm-hmm.
And talking with those guys, they all keep like predators and stuff. They're like, well, yeah, if you want feeders, you go to the Costco parking lot, run a net, and you have 40,000 mollies. Like, we don't buy fish food,
Right.
So it's a whole different line of fish keeping over there. It's kind of rad.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. That was one of the things that I was talking about. Like, one of my favorite plant companies, that was one of my favorite aquatic plant companies for a long time, like moved to Florida.
Yeah.
And people were like, I don't understand why they're moving to Florida. And it's like they moved from Iowa,
Yeah.
where you have to pay for everything. And, they had a successful business. They're a great company. I think it's like I don't know. They changed the name or something, but they moved to Florida. And it was like, people were like, why are they moving there? Why would they do that? And it's like, well, a bunch of the stuff that they're going to do from here on out is going to be free. You got the sun, you got warm weather, you get free water changes, basically. Like if you have like a business down there, you don't pay for water for whatever reason, and a lot of the counties down there. It's super weird.
I know there's a lot of weird things going on when it comes to aquatics because
Yeah.
they are so entrenched with it. Like they've got a snail that can live in Florida. It's illegal to own it as a pet, but you can like. That's what I don't get is like you can't sell it to someone who lives in Florida, but the farm can bring it in. It's also illegal in every state in the country, so it's like
Right. Every other state in the country
there
would be
never
illegal to
be
import
a
it.
reason to bring it in then.
Yeah. ...
Like,
Dash. ...
So you're allowing somebody to come into the country that can't go anywhere else, and it's not even legal for you to sell to a hobbyist in this state.
Mm-hmm.
Why would it ever be coming in?
For feeding.
Yeah, well, there was a teacher in Oklahoma that needed one, so we brought in 17,000 of them. Yeah.
Right.
So.
Here's some awesome stuff. Josh Peters has a gold nugget L18.
Mm-hmm.
Got to see him twice this week.
Nice. That's half the lure of plecos, by the way. Someone was asking, like, I don't get why people like them. It's kind of cool. Like, I was doing the same thing. Whenever we see the Titan pleco and stuff like that, it's such a treat because they are reclusive.
Right.
Whereas somehow I'm like, yep, there's the tiger barbs. See them anytime I want, whenever I want.
All the time.
And maybe that's like the phenomenon of like, oh, my grandma makes this cake that's super good. You get it so infrequently that it ratchets up how good it actually is. Like, it's a good cake, but in your mind, it's like, oh man, that is the best because you only get it once a year.
Right.
So you're,
right.
You're elevating the status of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And some people were asking me a while ago in regards to like what's a smaller pleco that would be a good option for somebody that maybe you're a beginner, maybe you're like intermediate, maybe you've just never had plecos before and you're like, well, I want to have some. I think one of my biggest biggest piece of advice to get into some smaller plecos would be like bristlenose. Like,
yeah.
Those are the ones that I typically give the advice for people like, oh yeah, go see if you can get your hands on some bristlenose. That's a great little one to get into. Their behavior is awesome. They don't hide as much. They're not in your face or anything, but they're definitely
for plecos. I feel like they're outgoing.
Yeah, they're out in the open more often. They're a little more active. Another good option that is, well, a good point about the bristlenose too is they're fairly affordable. I mean, they run from.
I was really happy when PetSmart's brought them in finally.
Mm-hmm.
Like PetSmart, I want to say it was like 6-7 years ago. They started bringing in the bristlenose. And it sucked for me because I was a bristlenose breeder, so the price went down on them quite a bit.
Right.
But it's way better for the hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at least now there's like, here's the common pleco you shouldn't buy, and here's the thing I told you to buy, but now you actually could buy here.
Right.
Instead of
Now
like, go find this thing I told you about. Now you could be like, or you can spend $6.99 and get this bristlenose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, they run $4.99 to $12.99, I guess, maybe for like
Yeah,
the
I don't know-
reds.
I don't
Or,
know
like
what
the super
their-
reds, maybe.
Oh, Super Reds?
Yeah, super reds
Super
might be
Reds
like
at
$12.
Super Reds at this, like, we sell at $20 all day long.
Oh, really?
Can't keep enough.
Okay.
Yeah. Green Dragon, long fins are about 30. If you had long fin Super Reds, you could probably crank them. You could probably get $50 a piece all day long and not be able to make enough currently. They're all the rage. But yeah, I mean, it definitely, you can flood out markets for sure. You get 2 or 3 people breeding the same thing and you're like, I can't give these things away.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But another one I like on the small scale, and sometimes you find these at PetSmarts and Petco's, I like the clown pleco.
Oh, man, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
As you know, I had clown plecos for a long time. So.
I thought that's where you were going, and then you went bristlenose. I was like, all right then.
Well, I say, like, nowadays my advice is bristlenose because which was one of the points that we brought up. They are out more often.
Yeah.
So if somebody's like not used to having a fish that you don't see very often, it's a good transitional because they're available now. The price wise is good. They're kind of, I guess their lifestyle or whatever you mean, like their personality is to be more out in the open and stuff. So
Yeah.
I think it's a great transitional one. Now my clown pleco, I mean, I would see his doo-doo pile. He's kind of a dirty. They were dirty. I would see like their poop more often than I would see them.
Yeah.
And so it was really one of those things that like, even with my clown pleco, I'd only see him like once a week, maybe.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to sometimes I'd have to spot him with a flashlight at night. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing in here, man?
Check out the cave. Like, look, there's my clown pleco and my coolie loaches.
And there was a point that I was like, man, he must have died because it was like a month since I'd seen him. And then I went and rescaped the tank, and it was like, oh, there you are.
Mm-hmm.
So the clown pleco, though they are they're fantastic looking, they are pretty available. They're not a crazy price. I think what are they running, like probably around $12 or something like that now? Maybe?
Yeah, I think
12.
they might be 12, might be $9.99. They're in that $10-ish range.
Yeah, they're in that 10 range.
Yeah.
So those guys, those are always a great opportunity to get into some of that kind of stuff. But like I said, it's kind of difficult for them if somebody's like never had a fish that they've never seen before to just go like straight into something that's just hiding all the time, and you're like, oh man, like I threw a $10 bill in there and they're just gone.
When you're new to the hobby, it's rough. But when you've been around for a while, it's almost like a better thing. Like, yeah, it's so cool because I don't get to see it. That's why it's cool. It's like, it's like I was cool before it was cool.
I was cool before it was cool.
Yeah.
That's right. Because
Yeah.
cool is the rule, man.
You know it.
Let's see. At Gen G.
My other one that I almost said before I stole yours was the rubber lip pleco.
Oh.
But there are some of those rubber lips that get like a foot, but most that you'll ever run into, they're like the spotted rubber lips and stuff like that. They're like 4 inches. Every once in a while, somebody like, oh, I got one that's 6 inches. I'll show you. And then you're like, cool, man. It was 4 1/4.
Right.
But there are some species that are like this big. They're like really big, but you almost never see them in the hobby. They're like hard to get.
Yeah, they're hard to get your hands on.
But they've really got that mouth structure to really like, nom on the glass. It's like a big suction cup almost.
Yeah.
Whereas like bristlenose, their mouth is like this wide, or a rubber lip would be like, twice as wide and different structure, and they're really meant to just like get their nom on.
Hammer down.
Yeah.
Hammer down. Clean up some stuff a little bit.
Hammer down.
There was a what was that?
Oh, I just got a notification. You're live.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah,
good.
That happened.
That's good to know. It's good to know that just came through.
34 minutes in the show.
34
you're
minutes
live.
in. That's good. Oh, hey, thanks, YouTube.
Yeah.
Where are we at right now?
We are at
How many concurrent?
185.
185. We're low today.
Hey,
We were
you
much
guys
higher
could
than that
share and
yesterday.
like though.
What's that?
They could share and like.
That's what we got to do.
Someone share it to like Tank Talk and like Wet Pets group and Jay Wilson's group and Martha Stewart Sewing Channel.
Martha Stewart
and-
Sewing.
Yeah, that stuff. You
What
share
is
it out.
Jay Wilson's group?
It's the Aquatic Lounge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I always forget. I always just talk to him.
Yeah, I mean, I stuttered for a second. Like, what? Yeah, it's Aquatic Lounge. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know. Yeah.
We gotta get Jay on the show. I mean,
Yeah, if he's out here.
I don't want to speak for your show, but at least the Real Fish Talk show.
Yeah, the Real Fish Talk. He'd be good. If we could
Yeah.
get him out here.
I mean, I did just get done trashing the company he works for, but he can come back and defend himself.
Good point.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Jay Wilson. It's just the company he works for I didn't like. But we'll have him
We
out.
didn't like the interaction. That you
I didn't
had
like the
with him.
interaction
Yeah.
where he can totally come out. He can talk about that or just be his cool self guy he is. Either
Right.
way, they're going to get the, hashtag free plug. It'll work out. Like, hey, man, you want to bury the hatchet or what? And then he'll be like, what
you wanna
hatchet are
bury
we
the
talking
hatchet?
about? And I'll be like, oh, you didn't know?
Oh, you didn't know, bro? Should be watching the
And then
real
I'd be
fish
like,
talk.
yeah, you see this tomahawk right here? I got it from the dollar store. It's plastic and already bent 3 times. And it just, it's like, it makes a squeaky sound. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
know.
Let's see. So some of the other pleco stuff that we wanted to talk about was some of the numbering system that typically confuses everybody.
Yes.
And I do have to admit, the first time I ran into it, it confused me too. Until I started to realize that, oh wait, the parallel here is that in astronomy, not astrology, you guys, astronomy, they're always looking up at the stars to try and find new stars. And guess what they do? They constantly find new stars. And then it's like, well, this is...
How many stars are there?
This is OYZ 124. Oh, wait, there's one right next to it. 125. Oh, wait, there's another one. 126. Oh, wait, there's 5 more. Okay, 127, 128, 29, 130.
Wait, I looked away and took a drink of coffee. I saw 6 more now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, so basically the same thing was happening when they started going through to identify some of the plecos. They basically just had so many, they just had to start throwing numbers at them. And
They were
just
finding way too many each day. Like, pretty soon you're like, we're going to name this one Bob and Jerry and Mary. And then pretty soon you're like, there are no more names. It just comes down to, is Jimmy getting like, did he make coffee and now getting creamer? Make reflections?
He made coffee.
Did he make you one?
No.
Interesting.
He made.
The decaf, that was the last capsule. He doesn't.
Are you at least going to show off the mug?
He did make me sad.
You going to show off the mug or what? Yeah. See that? I'm probably like one of 2 sold.
But don't worry.
I think so.
order the Chemex.
All right.
That's cool, man.
But the L numbers.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, Jimmy.
That's
Some people
right.
don't appreciate you in your gams, but I do. But I know, yeah, he'd run out of like regular coffee, so he's just drinking up the decaf.
See, in my mind, while we were talking, I
Although we're gonna have to make a Jimmy barista video at some point in time.
Yes.
I'll make a Peter the Kid.
No. We're gonna have it be the real fish talk. It's gonna be like intermission, and it'll be like, here's what Jimmy does on the show, and it'll be like, you're gonna click the start button.
It'll be a 30-minute
then
video of Jimmy making coffee.
making coffee, and then be like, wait, Corey doesn't even drink coffee.
What?
Yeah.
It's just, it turns out that like Jimmy,
I make
it turns
him
out,
open the can.
it turns out like Jimmy's hobby is just making coffee and then like
Yeah.
throwing it away. like I don't even want to drink it. I just want to make it.
I do.
That's like
He's
me.
like,
I love the smell of tea and coffee, but I can't
listen,
stand
you
the
guys,
taste.
you can't criticize my hobby, okay?
Yeah.
You could criticize my whatever, but it's what I like to do.
I don't like to be critiqued on how it tastes. I just like to make it.
I do quilting.
That's right.
Sorry to all those quilters
Anyway, with
out
the
there. My
L
mom
numbers.
does the quilting, and I have to admit,
Yeah, so does my sister-in-law.
that's one of those hobbies where I was like, my mom was showing me some stitching stuff that she does.
Yeah.
Like it's like you gotta put this panel together with the next panel and stuff. Like I get it, I know how to sew, but
Do
that is
you?
something that like I'm like, there's no way I could just sit in here and be quiet and sew for
Grind it out.
400 hours to make a quilt or whatever it is,
Yeah. That's why I keep begging my sister-in-law to make me a quilt. Because I know it's something that I would never do.
So
And then
here's-
I love handmade things.
Well, ultimately, here's my point. We might not make quilts, but we get cold, right?
Yes.
So we need to have quilts, right?
Yes.
Now, Jimmy might not like drinking coffee, but I like drinking coffee, and maybe he just likes making coffee, right? So it's not wrong.
To be fair, have you ever been asked if you like decaffeinated
It's not wrong.
coffee?
It's just a personal preference.
Do you like decaffeinated coffee?
Person that hates decaf.
Hate's a strong
He's
word.
judging me on the way I look.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Do you like decaf?
No, not really. No.
Does anyone on
I'm
this
too
planet like
gangster for all
decaf?
that.
He likes dark roast. I know
Yeah.
that. So a person that likes dark roast can't like decaf.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't like any coffee,
That's
so I'm
weird.
not in the know.
That would be weird.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
What?
L
What
numbers, bro.
What happened?
L numbers.
L numbers. Yeah. As we know. Okay, maybe as you don't know, but when they were going through to try and figure out basically the scientists that were identifying these plecos and stuff, they basically ran into the same problem that astronomers do, where they were going, wow, there's so many stars. They went, wow, there's so many of these fish. And they started getting to the point where they went, okay, if we keep sitting here on this boat, floating downstream, waiting for Bill over there to come up with a new name for this one.
His name was Jerry.
Was it Jerry?
Yeah.
Well, Jerry likes to take his time.
Get the story straight.
There's only decaf coffee here, bro.
True. I'm severely lacking in my accommodations.
No, it's all right. Everything's fine. I brought my own coffee.
I'm gonna pay for it later.
I brought my own coffee, and to those of you out there, yes, I refilled this with my own coffee.
So
I'm just
yes,
using the cup.
know that your patron dollars do not go to Joel drinking all the Starbucks. I learned that he just refills it every day, so it's one cup that he keeps refilling. So know that your patron dollars are being well spent into home brewed coffee at the cheapest. Well, I won't say the cheapest price possible, but much more economical than like, oh sweet, let me pick up 5 on the way to Corey's.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I have a big Nalgene bottle that I keep all my coffee in. I just refill the old Starbucks cups.
Yeah. And I was like, that's clever. Then you look like you bought Starbucks too. You get the I got my Starbucks.
Oh, check me out, I'm styling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were talking about the plecos and those things. I'm getting really interested, and Corey and I were talking about this morning. I keep having all these weird dreams about getting some plecos.
We
at
were
some
talking
point.
about your dreams.
Weird dreams, bro. So at some point in time, I'm definitely going to be adding a few, but I do have the Super Reds that I got from Potato, who's in the chat. Those Super Red bristlenose, which are doing fantastic, and I'm going to do my best to keep breeding them, right? But in the meantime, I'm trying to make up my mind of possibly trying to acquire some of the little guys, maybe for the 150. Just to throw them in there with the shrimps, because the shrimps can do their thing, the plecos can do their thing. They ain't gonna be tripping. I just gotta make sure I don't get carnivorous plecos.
Yeah.
Meat eaters, man. They'll eat them.
Even then, shrimp usually are just like, oh, there's that big thing. Bloop. As they like leave, and the pleco's like, oh,
Oh, sad.
dang it.
Oh, sad pants.
Yeah.
So I think what ends up happening is most people get a little bit confused by the numbering system, and luckily we've a lot of them have added names over time, so that there are some
for sure.
some street names and stuff like that, so people can kind of figure out what's going on. Like the Gold Nugget is an L18, right? Is that right?
There's
I don't even know.
actually 2 or 3 plecos called gold nuggets, but yes,
Right.
L118 is one of them.
Right. And I actually
Or 018, sorry, L018.
018.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotta have the 0 on there, so we can try to keep that a little bit unconfusing.
There's also, by the way,
Unconfused?
LDA.
Right? Clarity? LDA.
Like LDA, I forget what it stands for, but I think it was a different set of scientists who are like, oh, we're going to start ours with, I think I think the L numbers dates back to the magazine of DATS. It's a German publication, which I think they're now kind of involved with Amazonas or whatever. And then LDA was like no, man, we don't roll with those guys. So we're naming them LDA, number 6. Because L492 is dumb. We're going smaller numbers. I don't know if that's the story, but that's what happens in my head.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like the dwarf claro pleco is LDA08. I think autosynclus and stuff, aren't they LDAs? Or are they something even... I think there's a third one. Someone will Google that, and then they're going to tell us.
Yeah. Someone will Google that and check it out.
Yeah.
So
the L comes from Loricarid. That is true. So it comes from that, but the people for the DATS magazine, I'm pretty sure.
Like, I do know, I was reading an article a while ago that they are starting to identify some of the lower familia. So it's like the sub, what is it? Subcategories or whatever. I'm trying to think of what the name is. Subgenus? No.
Just a species, right?
Yeah. They're starting to identify some of the
trying to break out more of the
specifically, especially
species.
because of the genetic testing and stuff like that is becoming more and more affordable now and things like that.
Yeah.
So they're starting to break those down. So maybe that.
I mean, like 10 years ago,
Has a
all
lot to do with
autosynclus were one type, and now we know there's like, oh man, look, there's like at least 7 right here.
Yeah.
At least.
I need some zebra autos, that's for sure.
There's the
Someday.
vampires, there's the greens, there's the orange.
I don't want them vampires.
What's up?
I don't want them vampires, man.
Fine, man.
You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, they could live with Vicky Toria's vampire shrimp.
What's with all these vampires, bro? What are you trying to do?
You're the one that has a girl that has vampires in her tank.
And Buddha. That balances out, bro.
Yeah, we don't want to upset the balance.
That's a good balance going, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I have really no idea. I was just trying to answer some questions here in the chat, realistically.
Ooh, Last Box has dropped the knowledge bomb because he can Google while we talked.
What's he got?
It makes me look smart, so that's why I'm interrupting the show.
Mm-hmm.
It says, published by the German aquarium magazine DATS.
Dots.
I'm not going to say what it says in German because I can't say it. The Aquarium and Terrarium magazine is the English translation. The first L number was published in 1988.
1988.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew that. 1988. I thought it was 92. I was off.
I thought it was in 90 or 89, but at the time I was only 5, and it was. I mean, I don't want to make myself sound too cool, but it was a little bit above my reading level to be deciphering the DATS
It
magazines.
was a little
at
above
age
your
5.
pay grade.
Yeah. But I managed to get through it. Had pictures, I just wasn't really up on my German when I was 5.
Why not?
I don't know.
Well, see, now there we go.
I was struggling with English, so
There's a deficiency right there.
yeah.
Ah.
Dang it. I think that's what led to my sleeping through reading time in middle school. I think I read the same Goosebumps book for 7 years. Because I would just pretend to sleep and read it.
Oh, Science Gal's got it. Family, genus, species. That's what I was looking for.
Booyah.
Out of my brain today. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm tired. It was an exceptionally long drive to get up here today.
Yeah, someone asked if you stayed in the bunk beds.
I had to stop by the Home Depot this morning, which meant I got in the extra traffic jam.
Yep.
I got in the extra friendly traffic jam, which one of the reasons is that people ask me why I leave so early is so that I don't have to get stuck as much in the traffic
If
jam.
you leave at 5 a.m., it's only an hour and 20 minutes of driving. You leave at 6 a.m., it's 2 hours and 20 minutes of driving.
Well, it's a little different. If I leave it, so now I figured out that if I leave at 6:40, right, then I get here right about 8:25. So it's I'm sort of landing right in the middle ground, and I also get here early enough to get some stuff started without waking everybody
get your
up.
bearings before we
Yeah.
go live. And you're like, okay, you can kind of start thinking about stuff, and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lately, Joel shows up to my house. I'm not even in the shower yet. I'm like, dude, I was answering emails and stuff. I'll be out. Sorry.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Stayed up late, went to bed late, and now I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. So, I don't know if we answered anything about plecos other than just talking about them for a while, which is fine.
I think a bunch of people learned the origination of L numbers from the DATS magazine. If you spit that knowledge somewhere, someone's going to be like, he or she smart. Dang, I looked that up on the Googles. You're right. Don't try to remember the year, because that's where you're going to go wrong. You'll be like, yeah, in 1987 was the first publication in the DATS magazine of that. And they're like,
no.
It says here it's 88.
That was 1988.
Yeah.
But I do want to answer a couple of questions that have been coming in. I do have a lot of answers that I need to get to on Patreon, which I will be answering over this weekend as soon as I have time to actually sit down at a computer and actually type things in. Right? So I will be getting to that. I want to say thank you to all the great responses. To all the great responses that I got on there. I think it was 60 people responded on the Patreon, which is amazing. Thank you very much. And then a bunch of people, I think we had almost 300 people voted on the community tab on YouTube, which is totally cool too. Thank you very much. That gives us a good idea of what's going on. I guess just in reality, and it's been popping up in the chat. So some people are asking, is this a 2-hour live chat tonight? No, this is we're staying at the regular 1-hour format this week, and then beginning someday soon.
I was going to say, I was like, if you announce that next week, I'm like, did I just get pigeonholed into 2-hour Monday and Wednesday and Friday shows?
Yeah. No. But at some point in time, we're going to, on this channel right here, we're going to be doing the offset shows, basically. So
Yeah.
Tuesday and Thursday. So if you missed this morning's show, Corey and I did a 2-hour show this morning on The Real Fish Talk. So if you're still jonesing after this show is over, you can go listen to that. You can download that in a day or two.
I might get to it tonight. Usually I'm getting to them the next day because I've got a writer doing. They watch the show and then they write the synopsis, and now we're putting it out on the blog.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little bit of lag time there, but hey, man, can't rush a good thing, you know.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. So yeah, I got more people in the wheelhouse. Eventually, like we've actually been talking about it, like Jimmy might need his own Jimmy. Because I can't just keep it like, yeah, I need to do the podcast stuff. I'm going to need to do this. I'm going to need to do that. I need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start delineating more stuff out to more people. And so I'm not ready to hire another Jimmy yet. So it just means, okay, we're going to be delayed by like 36 hours.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that will be coming out like on the podcast or something along those lines. Or, you know, at some point in time. I just don't want to say like, yeah, it comes out in 12 hours or something. And then
Yeah.
people are like, dude, what are you doing?
I know.
So
I mean it to be more schedule-like, but hey.
yeah,
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
We're definitely getting there. So some people were definitely asking, like, "Hey, man, are you gonna be switching over to the 2-hour, the 2-hour show?" Yes, that's what's gonna end up happening. So Monday there'll be a 2-hour show on my channel. Tuesday there's a 2-hour show on The Real Fish Talk.
What?
Wednesday 2-hour show. Thursday 2-hour show. Friday 2-hour show. Boom, boom, boom.
I feel like if you added all that up, that's 10 hours.
That's 10 hours a week
What?
of actual live content stuff.
I feel like that's twice as much as you used to do.
It literally is twice as much.
Wow.
It's twice as much as I used to do.
That's like twice as much
Used
for
to
their
do
money.
only 5 shows, right? 1 hour a week. This way, there's going to be 5 2-hour shows, 10 hours of content, and that's pretty much what up. So
What up?
some people would go, wow, you're dropping down to 3 shows. That's like less. Like, no, we're doing more.
Less is more.
We doing more. Because we were doing 5 shows that were an hour long. Now we're going to do 5 shows that are 2 hours long. So that's more.
And then I'm doing a Q&A on Saturdays just because
And Corey on Saturday.
I got to stay true to that number. Where there it is.
And the short videos and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm not relaxing on that at all.
Not relaxing on that. As a lot of you guys know that I've been behind on my 2-hour comments, and the big reason for that is I'm up here helping build.
2-hour comments? What?
What's that?
You're behind on your 2-hour comments?
Did I say 2-hour comments?
Yeah. You even lost me on that one. I'm like, what?
What? Sorry, I'm behind on my short videos.
Okay. Yeah.
Why did I say 2-hour comments?
I have no idea.
What's wrong
But
with my
even I was
brain?
like, huh?
What? Good catch, bro.
Yeah.
You're keeping out. Somebody's paying attention around here.
Someone's listening to this.
Somebody's
we
listening to this.
We got 203 people in the chat.
We're at 203 people now?
Yeah, we're on the rise, bro.
We're on the rise. We're on the up and up and up. We got to share this out to your
That's
mom,
because people,
your grandma,
people did the shares.
a grasshopper. You got to do the shares.
People did the shares and brought more people in. You see how that guy works?
That's
It's like
how
you
that
invited
works.
more people to the pizza party, and they showed up and we had a pizza party.
There's more pizza party.
Word.
Party.
And the good thing about this, unlike a pizza party, inviting people over, you don't get less pizza. There's enough of us to go around.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, like one of the things that has been coming up, like Admiral Blackbeard here is saying, please work your way up to the 2-hour show in 15-minute increments. Need to get acclimated properly. No, I'm actually just going to be going up to doing that kind of stuff. And if we fall short of the 2 hours, then I'm going to fall short of the
I'll
2
just
hours.
ridicule.
But
I can't say that word. Ridicule you. Ridicule you.
you know, it's really going to be trying to economize my time and all that kind of stuff, but it will definitely allow me to do longer video segments and stuff like that in the middle, explain them, kind of go back and forth, jump back, freeze frame things, go to the whiteboard, which I know people hate when I do the whiteboard thing, but I like doing the whiteboard thing. I think it's
think it'd
hilarious.
be way better if you did a chalkboard, honestly.
Like what?
A chalkboard is just cooler than a whiteboard.
Well, it's like I say whiteboard,
It sounds cooler.
but it's electronic. I
Yeah, I
write
know.
on it.
I want you to go analog.
It's stupid. I don't
You're
like
the
that.
only guy I know that still uses a pencil every day of his life.
So?
Let me quantify. You're the only guy I know that always has a pencil on you at all times of your life. You should be analog with a blackboard and chalk. I don't know why I keep writing with my left hand because I'm right-handed, but
What? Just go crazy, man.
here's what
Just go nuts.
Here's what we're doing for the Real Fish Talk. We're now putting up a blackboard, and I expect a doodle, a different doodle for each show.
No.
You could doodle.
No.
30 seconds of your doodle is better than 7 days of my intense work on a piece of chalk.
I'm not agreeing to that.
You agreed to me to 2-hour shows on your channel on Monday,
Yes.
Wednesdays, and Fridays.
No, I didn't say. I didn't do that to you.
I'll trade you an extra hour on your show for doodles.
I'm not doing doodles every day. It's just not happening.
Why not?
Because I have other art projects that I gotta
Joel's
get done.
Daily Doodles,
Be
man.
Goofing around doing daily doodles.
I'll get Jimmy to film it for you.
It's no good.
Joel's Daily
It's
Doodles.
no good. I'm not agreeing to this.
.com.
I'm not agreeing to this.
Fine. I see we have to part ways.
That's it. That's it.
Shut it down. We don't even need that studio now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Steven Scoggin loves the whiteboard. See that? He loves the whiteboard.
What can I say?
It's
He's
a good
wrong.
thing. He's not wrong. He's
Yeah.
right. Also, one of the things that I'm going to probably be going back to. Now, don't hold me to this.
Can you imagine all the chalk dust like in his
We're gonna be
beard
throwing
from
a,
working and
We're going to be throwing a, most likely, we're going to be throwing a camera and get a little live stream action from the fish room while live streaming. Right?
yeah, we can do that.
So I'm going to do that
Yeah,
from my place.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, to hear?
No.
Oh, I was like, dang, that's actually gonna be pretty hard.
Like a long cord.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like, I was on board until I was like, I mean, I guess technology exists to do that, but we've tested that. That's why you drive here now. Like that doesn't work so well.
It's a 65-mile long
Yeah.
fiber optic cord.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll run that out real quick.
You
Right.
can't doodle on a whiteboard. What are these people talking about?
You can doodle on a whiteboard.
You can't do your abs in 6 minutes.
5-minute abs, bro.
Yeah.
You can't expect to get a full workout in 5 minutes. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Doodles on chalkboards only. I mean,
Right.
next they're going to be saying, like, just make things happen on napkins.
It's no good. It's no good. But what were we talking about today? Plecos? Little plecos? I don't even know.
This is the best
I
episode
don't
of
even
the
know
week
anymore.
by far.
It's like Thursday. You know how many comments
I've
there's gonna
laughed
be?
more
There's gonna be so
today.
many people that are just like, dude, you guys never talk about fish. It'd be like, I don't know what to tell you anymore. I don't know.
Hey,
what
I
to...
addressed that earlier, and I'm like, I'm not even promising. I'm saying we'll put the title as fish, but think of it like the stars aligned if we actually did talk about fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know fish eat fish food?
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, what are some of the carnivorous meat-eating plecos off the top of your head?
What is Scombicus? The cactus pleco?
Oh, yeah.
Scopicus, I think is what it is. I think.
Scopicus.
But I can never say the first names, like Phys letters.
Letters.
Yeah, there's
Boo.
that in there for sure. So zebra plecos, leopard frog plecos,
Mm-hmm.
blue phantoms, green phantoms,
Yep.
pinstripe panox. They like wood and meat. Royal plecos will eat some meat, but they are a heavy wood eater as well. Yeah, what is that weird thing going on?
I don't know.
Is Jimmy like playing a game or something? I'm trying to think of other ones that are heavy meat eaters.
You playing games, bro?
Yeah, Jimmy's playing games over there.
I can hear it like just a tiny bit.
It's just it sounded to me like the ice cream man was coming down the street. But I'm like, it's really cold.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If it was the ice cream man, this show is gonna get cut right off.
Ice cream man, goodbye.
Where did he go?
Yeah.
I don't know. He left.
Jason, get Jimmy.
Hey, look, man, you got a dead end street out there.
Yeah.
You can't just let him
Gold nuggets are meat eaters, bro.
get out of there. Yeah, gold nuggets.
Gold
are.
nuggets.
Mhm.
Mustard plecos, the Medusa pleco.
Mustard.
Any of the no, it's not Brachyrhynchus, but the blue.
Oh my God, the
blue
chupa
panache.
pleco.
Chupa?
The chupa pleco. Like chupacabra.
Yeah.
Chupa pleco.
I see what you did there.
Did you get it? No, it's Frank Dominguez.
I see.
He's smarter than both of
I
us.
see.
And I would also like to address some of the emails that I've been getting. That some people claim that Frank Dominguez is my alter ego.
Oh, that
And
would have been smart.
I will tell you,
You're not that smart.
I'm not that dedicated
Yeah.
to like running that kind of game. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
not to say that it would be impossible for me to do it. I'm just not. I don't invest my energy into that. Like, check me out while I'm tricking everybody into,
Yeah.
Frank Dominguez actually is a guy, and he is actually on the ball.
Legitimately, it
Almost
stumped all
always
three of
to the
us.
chat.
Because we're all internet like savvy guys. And we're like, I mean, even if you're pressing F5, you'd have to lose every once in a while. And then we're like, is
Just
there
on
a bot
accident.
that could do it? Like, we're like, how could you? Like, maybe he's got like 10 accounts, and they're all set to notifications. And by golly, he has to get notified first or something.
I don't know. I don't know how
Maybe
he
there's
does
like a Chrome extension or
But
something.
no, seriously, people have been emailing me going like, maybe he's your alter ego. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, my alter ego is Gerald and a doctor. So those ones are straightforward. Most people
Yeah.
know that. So, no, Frank Dominguez, not to say that would have been too much for me to come up with. That's too much.
I just hope
It's
we
too
get.
much.
I hope we get to like 5 billion subscribers.
And not to mention the fact that he's like chatting stuff in and my hands are right here. Like if I chat stuff in right now, I'm the
yeah,
aquarium
like
co-op.
like you didn't set that to already send ahead of time.
See, look. Yeah, I
Yeah,
haven't set to go
uh-huh.
ahead of time. Yeah.
I want us to have 5 billion subscribers just so that we're still talking about like Frank Dominguez, and then people
Yeah.
are like, "What are they even talking about?"
Yeah, once
You
we
know, at the beginning when Frank lived in their attic, like it'll become a tale.
right.
You know, Frank had to live with him for a while in the attic because they
Right.
couldn't get. You know,
There are
could-
some people
couldn't-
out there
couldn't wake
that
up
are,
from the naps.
there are some people out there that you and I need to pass up on the old YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Joe Rogan.
Yeah, we need to pass up Joe
Yeah.
Rogan.
I'm okay with that. Like I don't have to pass up like
Certain people
Jake
that
Paul or
air,
anything.
I don't know, videos of like dead people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's probably, we need to pass up
We
those
should
guys.
shoot for more than that.
Yeah, those dudes. We should pass up
Yeah.
those kinds of guys. Right?
I mean,
Like,
I'd
come
be
on.
lying if I
Come
I
on,
didn't
man.
say I
We're
was
here
waiting.
talking about ice cream trucks and placos and
I'm waiting for my Ruby play button. That's all I'm saying.
Ruby play button. What's the Ruby play button?
50 million.
Ruby Play is 50 million?
Yeah.
They actually
PewDiePie-
have that set
PewDiePie
aside?
got one.
Oh,
They
PewDiePie's got
custom
one.
made him the bro fist in. It's like fake Ruby, but it's
Right.
that's the thing is it's Ruby and it's only ever been one. As far as I know.
It's the only guy.
Yeah.
The Pew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which at 50 million, which it's kind of hilarious because they did that right before he went like fully off the
Oh my
YouTube
God.
train.
Fishy Mailman might have it. Frank is actually the internet itself. Maybe Frank is Skynet. Oh my God.
It's all coming together. It's all coming together.
Oh, of course Frank stopped chatting. Oh no, there he is. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, look,
Yeah,
I'm not
see,
him.
I'm not even typing
See,
anything.
I'm not
and
even
he's not
typing
saying
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So,
Well,
well, either way, we are over the 5-hour mark. This is typically the Steven Skoglund extra 10 minutes here, which
oh yeah.
we're 5 minutes into it, which means there's 5 minutes
Does
left.
it have
in
like
the-
a little jingle
we normally
like
do the
Skog time or
we normally
something?
do the super chat lightning round, which we don't have any super
Wait,
chats
let's
today
start it
other
right
than
now.
the
Hold on,
two
hold on, hold
earlier.
on.
What?
Let's start the lightning round. Okay,
Light-
it's over. There was none.
Okay, the lightning round
Yeah.
is over.
Dang
No,
it.
we had two super chats today, but I can't access them now. I forget who they
Oh, I
were
can
from.
bring them up.
One was from Ducky007
Yeah.
with the $2 super chat,
Maybe I'll change his name and put in RFT or something. And
RFT,
Michael
double R.
Trevino.
and Michael Trevino. Thank you very much for our super
Trevino.
chatters, and thank you very much for from Steven Skoglund for sponsoring today's show.
Yes. Brought to you by Mr. Skoglund.
Mr. Skoglund, along with the other people.
folks,
So
show.
those people that turned into the show, or tuned in for this show yesterday, I did send out the bat signal for some new moderators, and I'm gonna be emailing you guys back before I
Oh,
click.
Shell MO says Super Chat's broken. That's why we didn't get a lightning round.
Oh, Michelle says it's broken.
That's what or Shell MO.
Oh, Shell Mo. I think you said Michelle.
Or is it Shelmo?
Oh, super chat is broken. Okay, well,
Hey, yeah, what can we do?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's sometimes that's how that goes. Barbara Jackson says Frank is Joel's Tony Clifton. No, Gerald is my Tony Clifton. Gerald is the hillbilly. Is the hillbilly alter ego of mine that used to cause a lot of problems. Right? Yeah. Mine is Gerald. So if anybody was ever wondering, whenever my alter ego comes out, he's full on hillbilly, and just get out of there.
Is it hillbilly or rockabilly?
Oh, it's hillbilly.
All right.
It's straight up, straight up hillbilly.
Is Gerald a fan of the fireworks?
What's
Or
that?
is it Gerald or Gerald?
Gerald.
Is Gerald a fan of the
Like
fireworks?
Daryl with a J.
Yeah.
What's that?
Is Gerald a fan of the fireworks?
Probably.
Yeah.
He's
definitely.
a fan of nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. All right.
Oh, Ed's Fish says, oh, wow, it actually is broken. Oh, okay.
And CH Aquatic says just try to send one as well.
Oh, maybe it actually is broken.
It could actually be broken.
Well, that's a fun
Maybe
little
when you
Thursday
taunt
thing.
YouTube enough, they're like, fine, we'll take it away.
Like, fine.
If you guys are going to
Yeah.
fight over it,
Yeah.
then neither of you get it.
Then nobody shall
Yeah.
have it. Oh,
All right.
okay. Fishy Mailman solved it.
Good thing Fishy Mailman's got our back.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Fishy Mailman is a good guy.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Hey, this show is brought to you by the Fishy Mailman also.
Yeah.
Also. That
and
is
the
for sure.
Skogmeister.
And the Skagmeister.
Yeah, with the $2 super chat.
But the thing that I was trying to mention earlier was I did get some emails from some people in regards to the admin position.
Yeah, are you taking applications?
Yes. And I got 2 of them.
How many karaoke Queen songs?
0. So,
You see this frown?
you can email me at joel@darkstararts.com if you're really interested in becoming a moderator, and you'll have to go through the vetting process, which may or may not.
Is it like, do you have
Involve
like
obstacle
a 10
courses.
questionnaire based on past episodes?
No.
Like trivia?
That sounds boring.
I thought it sounded kind of cool.
That sounds boring.
For you.
For me to make it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Steven Scoglin with the $2 super chat. So this is double sponsored.
Yeah, that's why you got upgraded to the Skogmeister.
Double sponsored. Oh, so you upgrade.
Skogmeister, yeah.
Upgrade.
Yeah.
And Dan Squires with the £1. Super chisel.
Boom.
Now, so I don't know. Hopefully that is out of the way. And then, so email me if you're interested in it. We can talk about what the blah blah blahs and the blah blah blahs and the da 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 and all that kind of stuff.
The
right?
low
that
down.
goes into it, and what you got to do, what you don't got to do, what's important, what's not important. And so I'll be getting back to you guys starting early next week.
Also,
and we'll,
keep in mind, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays will be very important because those will be the main days he needs you.
Yes.
So if you're like, oh man, I could totally make every Tuesday and Thursday, it's kind of a, oh well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be the big thing. And I would definitely like people to know that we are actually going to be starting an hour earlier. I'm not going to be doing the show later. I'm actually going to start doing the show at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time instead of 4. I normally start the show at 4. I'm going to start doing the show at 3 o'clock. Now, when that date happens, I can't say because I was trying to look at the schedule.
I think it depends on
I was trying
how
to look
the
at the
build
calendar
goes.
earlier. I'm thinking that like probably when that starts will probably be the week of the 15th would be my guess.
Assuming nothing explodes over there.
Well, like I said, the week of the 15th.
Yes.
Before I was
We're planning on
rudely
no
interrupted with
explosions.
explosion talk, Mr.
Yeah.
Firework Man.
I'm trying to summon Gerald. Here, little Gerald.
Yeah, but so the week of the 15th, hopefully, is when is most likely when that will be kicking off and starting at 3 o'clock instead of 4 o'clock, which I think is going to be an added little bonus for the people in Europe because that means we're going to start an hour earlier. So maybe even though it's late, maybe you guys can show up at the beginning and stuff like that. So I don't know. Hopefully it'll work out.
If it doesn't, we'll change it.
If it doesn't,
That's a good thing.
karate chop it right in the head.
Don't you mean sliced bread right in the head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get in a staring contest with fresh bread. Oh, making toast.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. What was our concurrent today, Corey?
Concurrently, the viewership was, hold on, 203.
203 was our max number.
Yeah.
Must be just a real quiet Thursday out there, you guys.
Yeah, it is Thursday. I mean, to be fair, half the country might not have internet. They're like, they're in a
Oh, that's a good point.
snow-nado.
That's a good point.
You know,
The East Coast is buried under water, snow, ice, and wind.
I mean, there are people that
and
I saw
hail.
posting like in my Facebook group. They're like, I don't have power
or
like
internet.
at all. Mm-hmm. No, they had like limited. You know, it's like that. Send help. Fish are under snow, and then it trails off. You know, like there definitely are people under some serious snow right now.
Right.
So, you know, I'll say my hat's off. Not my hat's off, but man, I feel you. Like that's
Right.
brutal. Mm-hmm. Not that you can hear me saying that now, but when you come back from the Ice Age, you'll hear that then, and then be like, yeah, they were thinking of us. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah. So hopefully the East Coast is doing well. Hopefully, if your power is off, it's going to come back on. And if it, I don't know, whatever you got going on, hopefully it's all sorted out. You have a fantastic Thursday out there. Don't go crazy with fireworks, because especially if you're on the East Coast, if everybody's all out of power and all crazy and stuff like that, you might accidentally burn something down that
no
firemen
fountains in the middle of your living room
can't
for
even shirt
warmth.
up.
Not even for
You
warmth.
know, like the firemen can't even show up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're all stuck there.
You know what I mean,
We're
man?
coming up on the end of the show. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Thank you to all the super chatters. Thank you for all the commenters. Thank you for hitting the like. Thank you for hitting the share. Thank you. It's Thursday. Happy Thank You Thursday. Right?
Get yourself a grilled cheese and some tomato soup.
Thank you very much, you guys. Have a fantastic night out there. Much love from the old Corster and the old Geraldster over here.
Yeah.
We're going to get crazy and go do some drywalling, buddy. All right,
All right.
buddy. Lay. Oh, yeah. Bob Steenfot is live today. Right now.
Let's put them on in the background while we drywall, man.
Head on over there. We're going to go bug Bob.
It's better than watching drywall dry.
Drywall dry.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys. Have a fantastic night out there, and we'll see you later.